Hi everybody, and welcome back to a special little video I wanted to make on the topic of Dubai. Now, you've heard me talk about Dubai before. You know that I've talked about the fact I've been there, and I see a lot of the stuff that's going on, and I thought it would be useful to actually just put a few points straight on this one because we all see the headlines, which are pretty grim. We read about the airspace disruptions, the missile interceptions over the Gulf, the temporary hit to tourism and real estate confidence. We've seen all that. But beneath all of that, beneath all that chaos, Dubai's unique strengths, I believe, are quietly aligning for what will be a powerful comeback. So, what I want to talk you through is a number of reasons why Dubai will not only stabilize, but will actually emerge from this even stronger and even more essential. So let's try and talk through some of the things here because I think it's worth looking at. First of all, Dubai enjoys immediate sovereign backing. I mean, look at the rock solid support they've got at the top. They've got the UAE sovereign wealth funds, where the oil-rich Abu Dhabi. These are amongst the deepest pockets, on the planet. In previous crises like 2008, 2009, the financial meltdown, COVID, Abu Dhabi stepped in quickly with liquidity and guarantees, and you can expect exactly the same here, perhaps even more aggressively. Reconstruction is not a problem. Stabilized markets, boosted confidence. These funds can deploy billions overnight. No need for endless parliamentary debates here. Speed is one of Dubai's secret weapons. And then let's talk about the financial safe haven effect, because paradoxically, regional instability often funnels money into Dubai, not out of it. So when chaos hits the region, capital flows to the safest nearby port. Dubai's banks, which are already flush from years of inflow, see deposits surge, investments pour in from other nervous regional players seeking short-term protection. Of course we've seen some short-term jitters and outflows, but history shows that the pendulum will swing back. In short, Dubai becomes the default safe harbor in the storm. And then there's the issue of rapid infrastructure recovery. I mean, if you've been to Dubai doesn't start from zero. It's airports, it's ports, it's logistic networks. These are all world class and they're already built. Have they been damaged? Some have been, but repairs mobilize fast, 24/7 operations backed by top tier engineering. Within weeks or months, flights will resume, ships will dock, cargo flows will flow again. So Dubai restarts at 90% capacity, whilst others are still clearing up the rubble. And then, of course, there's another couple of points to be made. First of all, the global trade will recenter around Dubai. We've seen the disrupted routes elsewhere, the Red Sea tensions, the Hormuz risks, all of that stuff. That pushed company to reroute through Dubai. It's already accepted as a pretty neutral, efficient hub to Asia, to Africa, to Europe. In a crisis, that role further intensifies. Large multinational companies will double down on Dubai free zones for continuity. So again, big plus. Energy advantage, of course, strengthens Dubai position. Another important point. The UAE remains a steady, non-disrupted oil and energy supplier. So whilst others face production halts or sanctions, Abu Dhabi's output flows. Higher global prices from instability, that pads sovereign coffers even more. Geopolitically, this reliability buys leverage. It deepens alliances, it locks contracts in, and Dubai's sister emirate becomes even more important. And then there's the issue of security credibility, and we've seen this over the last couple of weeks. We've seen how the UAE and Dubai, for example, have been able to essentially defend themselves against the incoming attacks. The advanced air defenses have worked remarkably well, given the sheer number of rockets that have been fired towards it. So it's not just that Dubai is this, glamorous but vulnerable image. It's now been battle tested, and it hasn't broken. So I think investors and residents will take note of that. And then, of course, there's the business relocation wave as well. Anyone who's in business or ever owned a company, know that all companies hate uncertainty. When headquarters in riskier spots become untenable, they'll relocate their operations, their talent, and their capital to Dubai. We've seen this with waves from Lebanon, from Iraq, even Russia. So expect another surge actually to Dubai. And then, of course, there's the tourism thing. So obviously, at this point, as I record this, tourism has dropped in the immediate aftermath of the conflict. Flights have been cancelled. All kinds of events have been postponed. But this conflict will end. Trust me. President Trump said 3 to 4 weeks. We're just halfway in. People will want to come back to Dubai. I want to go back to Dubai. If you've been there, you'll understand why that would be. I see a lot of stuff about, but people want to go to Spain. Listen, between Spain and Dubai, it's an easy choice. It's always going to be Dubai. Then the other thing about Dubai that, again, people mightn't fully understand is the fast decision making that exemplifies the leadership in Dubai. This means that plans can be rolled out really fast. There's no debates have to happen. Dubai just gets on with doing the job. That's why it's turned itself into what it is. And then I suppose the final thing to say is, look, Dubai will expand as a direct consequence of this. Investments in African ports, Asian trade corridors, Red Sea alternatives, this is all going to accelerate. And Dubai is sitting right at the center of all of this. So nobody is disputing the fact that war makes life uncomfortable. And we know about the human cost of war, and we know about short-term pain as well. We see the tourism slump, we see all of that. But the point is this: Dubai's model is built all about resilience. It's about diversification way beyond oil. You need to understand that. It's got really fast governance, it's got world-class infrastructure, and a track record of turning turmoil into triumph. If the past is a guide to the future, which it often is, the one thing that we can see from this is that Dubai will rise, and it will rise even higher. Thanks for listening.